Hello beautiful friends, and welcome to another episode of Mother Knits. Today I'm going to be taking you through the projects that I'm looking forward to finishing over the month of August. Now there's a few others that are in the works and I'm just not sure how much time is really going to be devoted to them, but these two I thought I'd sit down and share a bit more about them with you because they are really special. So I can't believe we're at August 1st today. The kids are out, so I've got all the windows open. You guys, it's been so lovely to have a reprieve from the heat. It's even getting down to the 50s in Fahrenheit at night. So the windows are all open. The house is airing out, which is perfect timing because we all got a virus this week and it has been pretty nasty. So it's such a treat to sit down and just talk about crafting with you guys. Let's first start with, I'm gonna hold on this gorgeous project. We're gonna start with the sweater that I told you guys about that I'm knitting to wear for the Ireland Fiber Arts retreat. This is a women's retreat that I'm going to be attending and being your knitting guide and teacher along the way. The retreat is taking place I know I'm leaving September 18th and it's about a week long, maybe 5 days long. All the details will be in the description and you can watch the video that I made just sharing my excitement about that. And that's where I got to share this sweater with you all. And this is the Orchid Bloom Pullover by Sari Nordland. And it is such a beautiful treat. So let me see if I can hold it up. I have finished knitting the lace yoke and the length of the body, and now I just need to switch my Haya sharps. I have my what are they called, where you can change them out, those sorts of cords. So I just need to change these out to my ribbing needle. I did go down a size in the ribbing needle. I think she in the pattern maybe calls for like only 0.5 millimeter difference in needle. I like to go down a bit more than that. I like my ribbing really snug. And with this yarn I'm using Sandnes Garn alpaca silky maybe, and I am thinking, since this is mostly alpaca, I'm gonna have a bit of stretch and give with this fabric, which I'm totally okay with. I also think I'm gonna run out of this yarn potentially, so I'm holding this double with Knitting for Olive mohair. This is a beautiful color. It's called something like dusty blue or something like that, and I'm loving the color. I think it's just so gorgeous. I think it's gonna work for quite a few seasons. I think it'll be like a 3-season sweater because this is it's pretty open on top. I think it will be. I don't think it's gonna be super duper hot and warm compared to some sweaters that you could knit, but check it out. I'm gonna try to pull that lace work just a bit so you can get a good look at it. I really especially love this detail where it all gathers together and there's this really special almost little wrap. I think that's what it's called, a little wrap right there, and then the lace work begins again, and I just I'm so happy with it. This isn't one of those patterns that I see myself at the top of the list of things I'd love to sew again. I think one time has been plenty, and it's a very unique, very special, a bit more special occasion formal kind of sweater. Maybe not. Maybe I'll find myself just kind of throwing it on a day where I want to feel cheered up. Now, let's see. I have, just like I said, I have the ribbing on the body and both the sleeves, and I only have this one little ball of yarn left. Our new kitten got into this yarn and really went after one of the yarn balls, so I don't think I'm gonna have enough. I think I'm gonna have to order more. I don't think this is enough for ribbing and 2 sleeves. I could be wrong though. I'm not very good at judging how much yarn is required for a project. That's just not something that is developed yet in my skill set with knitting. So what do you guys think? I'm probably gonna need more, right? Like this isn't enough for 2 sleeves and the ribbing, about 3 centimeters of ribbing. It's not a ton, but still, I don't think that's enough. I think I'm gonna have to order more. So that would potentially be the only thing that delays this. While I'm waiting for my new yarn to arrive though, I did pick up an old project that I cast on a very long time ago. This was when Vincent, who's now almost 1.5 years, was, I think it might have been, yeah, he was like itty bitty, like 3 weeks old when I cast this on. So this has been a work in progress for a while. This is the Rambler's Shawl by Andrea Mowry. I am loving learning about brioche with this shawl. It's a triangular shawl. You start, it's kind of a fun one because it's really easy to get started on this. You just need 2 colors. I think the pattern calls for a DK weight yarn. I decided to go for a worsted and just bought a little bit extra yarn. And it starts just at that, you know, tiny little bit, and it's so fun doing the stripes. So let me show you the colors I'm using here. I did learn a bit about color in this project that I want to share my thoughts with you guys. So this is a yarn from Storyteller Stitchery, I believe. We met at a fiber arts festival in Arizona when I lived in Arizona. And I brought Vincent and my 2 kids when he was so tiny, and I remember he was so snuggled and so small and like not even a month old, and I really wanted to get out of the house. So the first thing I did is the whole family went, my husband came along, and we all went to a fiber festival, which was perfect. So this was my big purchase at that event. I just fell in love with the idea of this yarn brand. She has a book club, which I've joined, and you know, every once in a while I'll join in on a book that she's doing, because I really enjoy the idea of, you know, stories inspiring yarn and yarn color choices. I think it's very fun. So this, I think, is called Benjamin Bunny, this really wonderful cream color. And then we have this very multi-colored one here, and I'll have to find the color name and put it on the screen. Now, when this was in the skein, I did not realize that it had so much of this creamy color already in it. So now that it's wound up, you can kind of see that there's quite a bit of those creamy stripes in here, which is a little bit of, not a disappointment, but just like, oh shoot, I wish I would have paid a little closer attention before combining these 2 yarns for this project. I do see myself in the future being tempted to cast another one of these on, because I'm having such a fun time learning this brioche pattern. It's really potato chippy for me. I really have enjoyed it. So for the longest time, you just do garter stitches back and forth, switching your colors every 2 rows. Very easy, satisfying, little bit of an increase that you're doing. Let me show you the increase. It's very beautiful down the edge. And aren't those just fun colors? I do think this is going to go to my daughter as a Christmas gift. Don't tell her. So I've got 2 more of these all ready to go for me. You know, I got to the brioche section when everybody was sick this week, and I'm taking care of everybody and washing bed sheets and washing towel and just trying to keep, you know what I mean? When, I don't know about you guys, but when our family gets sick, I go into hyper cleaning mode and I'm running the dishwasher all day and I'm running the laundry all day, and I just want a super clean house. And I didn't get that sick, and I think it's because I do go into a bit of just this like, gotta take care of everybody. I was pretty exhausted at the end of one of those days, and I picked up this project and I was like, you know what? Everyone's asleep. I think everyone's, you know, doing good now. I'm gonna stay up and have a nice late night date with myself and learn brioche. And I'm so sorry I should have just kept it on the needles to show you guys the progress I made, but I've done about 2 inches, and then I would notice a mistake, and then I rip back, and then I did another inch or two, and I noticed like, oh, or the first time I just sort of got lost in it. And so I was like, that's okay, I'm gonna just go back to the garter stitches. And then last night I was looking at the work, and when I'm passing the work, when you're doing brioche, there's a lot of slipping that happens. You're slipping the stitches from one needle to the next. And I don't believe I had my yarn in the right place, or no, it was that I was slipping my stitches purlwise instead of knitwise. And there was just this little band of the main color, this color, going across my contrasting color. So this will be that, the cream is going to be that beautiful herringbone pattern, and then the colorful yarn is going to be the backdrop in the background. And it does look really cool, and I'm so excited to make a bit of progress on this and show you guys next time I sit down, because I really did start to get a hang of it. But I noticed that there was that bar of color going and really breaking up the line of that beautiful brioche line that was going on, and I was okay with it. I was like, you know what, this is great practice. I'm really enjoying what I'm learning. I ripped back again to just the garter stitches. So that's where I'm at. I'm at the part in the pattern where you finish the garter stripes and you move on to brioche. And now it's going to be third time's the charm. I've had a few practice rounds with it. I think I'm going to get into a good groove with it, and I'm having so much fun. My daughter doesn't know that I'm making this one for her. I love the colors. I do tend to sometimes, I think, be drawn to colors, as I've talked about on this channel, that are very, I don't know, I feel like my inner 8-year-old sort of takes over sometimes at the yarn shop and is just like, ooh, color. And that kind of happened here, and that's okay because I have kids that I can knit things up for, so that's all right. So I do think that this is gonna go to her. I also have on my list of things to knit my daughter. So I have one daughter and 2 sons. And one of the other things I'd love to knit my daughter is a pressed flowers shawl. So I have knit one of those before. I'd love to make her one. And I've showed her that pattern before, and I was like, well, sweetie, what kind of colors would you like? What do you think would look good? And she's like, lavender and pastel pink. And I'm like, ugh, I don't know. I want to knit her something that she can grow with. But I also want to honor what she enjoys as well. So I'm thinking maybe keeping the lavender, I like that idea, and maybe doing something else for the contrast color. I'll need to look and see what people have done for their projects, but lavender and cream could be really beautiful and very classic, with like lavender as the background with cream flowers. That could be really pretty, almost like a cream, like this Benjamin Bunny color. There was a video I did a while back going through some of my favorite children's knit patterns, and I'm feeling to revisit that again with the holidays coming up. You guys, it's August 1st, and I feel like as the years go by, I start planning for the holidays earlier and earlier, and it almost becomes something now that's kind of in the back of my mind. Like once we hit July and we get that halfway point through the year, I really do love for the holidays to be so I want to enjoy them and feel really relaxed, and gift giving is one of my love languages for sure. So I would love to be able to, in a very relaxed way, have knitted items to gift to my family members. But that really does require, as you guys know, some serious planning. I love when all the gift knit videos come out at like November 1st, and it's like, oh honey, no way, I don't think am I able to like knit up a gift knit. I'm a pretty slow knitter, and I like having multiple projects going on at once. So I don't know, when those gift knit videos start coming out so close to the holidays, I'm always like, oh, like I love seeing them, but I'm like, there's no way I can like knit something up that quickly as a busy homeschooling mama. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed just this sit down and, you know, just here's where I'm at with my projects, and nothing finished. I am excited though that I think that this Orchid Bloom pullover, this is going to be finished pretty quickly. And I'm very excited to try that one on and get it packed up. I'd love to knit. I'm gonna have time for sure to knit a hat, so that is something I'm looking out for. If you guys have any hat patterns that you're like, this is the one, actually haven't knit many hats. I've crocheted hats, and usually I just wear my crocheted hat all winter long, but it's starting to get kind of stretched out and I'm ready for something new. I was thinking about doing a pressed flowers hat and maybe getting myself a little yarn kit for that. Let me know what do you guys love for winter hats. I can't believe how beautiful and cool it is right now. I hope you guys are having some beautiful end of summer weather that's just a nice reprieve like it has been here. I am sending you guys so much love. I hope you find some time for crafting this week, and I will see you in next week's video.